Chuig August Falcha. It's episode 11 of Pikey Podcast. I'm Rob Jaskula. Here with me, as ever, it's Connor Nayland. Connor, how you keeping?
Yeah, very good. Very good weekend now. Lots of sport. Forward to this.
Every episode now is in our first choice 11 for the podcast, so
Yeah.
we've made it another milestone. Lots to talk about today. We've got hurling all-stars to go through. Big weekend in the NFL. We've got some Prem talk. Some talk about the Poppies. Let's start with Arsenal-Liverpool, 1-1. I think Liverpool got robbed of 2 points in that one.
You think?
Mane was onside, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. He was. Yeah, it was definitely a good goal. But, look, we got away with one earlier on in the season with Mane, so maybe that's evening itself up. But, yeah, people were saying that Arsenal were a better team, but I thought it was pretty even, to be honest.
I thought it was even enough, yeah. I thought that was a little unfair to Liverpool.
Yeah. They had more possession, but we had more attempts on goal. Better attempts. Hit the woodwork a few times as well. But, yeah, I think, look, I would have taken the point halfway through that second half. So, look, yeah, it's not a bad result in hindsight.
I thought Leno's keeping there on the Liverpool goal was pretty atrocious, but I'm always happy to see James Milner banging one in. So, happy enough with the goal there.
Yeah, it was good. I think we got a bit overrun in midfield. Milner was kind of holding the show together there in the middle of the field. I thought Fabinho was getting a bit of abuse for that performance, but I don't think what Gini Wijnaldum gave him much help either. So, look, I thought Van Dijk was unbelievable.
As ever.
Yeah, he was just a class apart, and I think he's in the top 3 players in the Premiership now at the moment.
Xhaka not as big of a liability as maybe you thought going into it either.
No, him and Torreira provided a good partnership there. Torreira is brilliant. But Xhaka didn't get a yellow.
Yeah.
Which is surprising.
The timber cam let us down for the first time.
Yeah. It did. But yeah, Xhaka was very good. Unai Emery's doing a very good job with him there. And like I said, goal was brilliant.
Oh, I thought that was a fantastic goal. And Iwobi was very good as well, too.
He changed the game when he came on. Definitely changed the game when he came on. He did give him something different, especially when they took off the left back and Iwobi kind of covered that whole left-hand side by himself. I thought he did a very good job. And he played the ball through to Lacazette for the goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, Iwobi's...
And what a well-taken strike that was. That was a top-level strike there.
Real
Lacazette's really coming into form now, too.
Yeah, showed great composure. Because Alisson did everything he should have done, but it was just a brilliant finish.
Well, I thought James Milner's finish was brilliant enough, too. So
Typical Jimmy Milner.
Yeah. Fulham next for Liverpool. It's got to be 3 points in the bag there.
Look.
Huddersfield gave the roadmap today, so...
Yeah. And Huddersfield aren't given too much direction these days now.
First win of the season for them, too, so...
Yeah. I think they've been kind of unlucky. It's just they can't really buy goals. But Fulham then, they just can't buy a clean sheet. Change the goalkeeper again today. Change the whole back four again. 2 substitutions at half-time. I think the managers, he really should go.
Like Carney and Seri were just overrun in the middle of the park for me, and by a couple no-names there for Huddersfield.
No, but it's good to see their manager getting off the mark there, because I like him.
Yeah, Wagner?
Yeah, Wagner's a good manager. I think he'll move on to bigger and better things when he leaves.
I think the Yanks are taking credit for him right now. Like that Wikipedia page has that American international flag right up there front and center underneath his name there.
Yeah, he doesn't sound too American.
The first of what became many players with that conspicuous German accent they're talking out for USA over the years. So
yeah, God bless the army bases.
Yeah, right. It's funny how that works out. Yeah, a lot of those boys. I'll tell you what I'm pleased with. Newcastle United off the fucking schneid. They got their first win of the season. Kennedy, excellent, doing all the heavy lift in there. Jose Perez got the winning goal. Rafa got forced into 3 substitutions by the 50th minute. And that really changed it for Newcastle because, as you know, Rafa, he's not one to make a change until there's about 15 minutes to go. He got forced into it, and it worked out. So, very pleased with that now. And Perez has been much maligned this season. Got a nice goal off a header, set piece from Key. John Joe Shelby went off injured, so that might be a bit of a bother there. But John Joe is in that part of the season where he does a lot of loafing around and gets pushed further and further back as the matches go on. So
yeah, fitness wouldn't be John Joe's thing, really.
No, it wouldn't.
He's around the 70th minute when he's bent over on his hunkers and he's gasping for air. Yeah. But a good win, very good win for Newcastle. Got the little bit of luck. Watford missed a good few chances. Okaka missed a terrible chance at the end. But look, they deserved a bit of luck, I think.
Yeah, Watford were very good, but yeah, and you could see it on Silva's face when the goal went in. He was cursing like nobody's business on the television there. So it's a good win. And Newcastle are out of the bottom 3 even with that win. 6 points, level on points with Huddersfield who won today, but their goal differential is 9 goals better. So the whole Rafa defensive system keeping you out of the relegation zone, his policy's working. So
yeah, I think they've actually got the second and third best defense out of the top 4 as well, Newcastle.
Have you got goal differential there? Is it -7?
-7. They've scored 7 and conceded 14. So 14 is not actually bad, considering that the likes of Fulham conceded 29 goals.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah, and Southampton as well.
Oh, they were very bad.
Oh my God, they were septic.
Aguero over 150 Premiership goals now after his performance at the weekend. So what a player he is. And they were just better 1 through 11. Mark Hughes, not a very happy return there to Manchester.
No, he'd want to be kind of moving on now as well. I think he's raced his brand yesterday. He kind of tried to press them up top with a 4-3-3, and they just played right through him, and they went through him like a dose of salt. But I think his defence had let him down as well. Their defence had 33 duels, and they won 11. And like,
oh, 1/3.
Yeah, like you think your defenders are going to come out on top there, and only for Bertrand won 7 of them. So the rest, the other 3 won 4 between them, and they want to have a good look at themselves really. Cedric Suarez won 0.
He's a terrible player, Cedric Suarez.
God. McCarthy only pulled off 3 saves as well, let in 6 goals. But yeah, on the bright side, young Irish guy came on for him yesterday.
Oh, who was that?
Michael Obafemi, all the way from Dublin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take him. 18 years of age. He's lighting up the under-23 league, so it's good to see him getting a go, because Shane Long was at nothing there yesterday.
Coming in the wake of Clinton Morrison there, kind of.
Yeah, look, same grandmother, I think, yeah.
Oh, wait till we talk about the rugby, because I was very pleased with Bundy Aki. Him and Gary Ringrose, who I don't share a granny with. See, maybe Mark Hughes going to Fulham next.
No, he was there before and he fucked him up. So
yeah,
but City, like, there was a stage there in the second half when they were kind of, it's like 5-a-side football on the Southampton 6-yard box.
Oh yeah, and they didn't get a shot away, I don't think, on that stretch.
God, they were just playing with them.
Yeah.
I think Southampton should have been just relegated there and then.
Yeah, oh, that's one that came out to Walker in the end and ended up booting it off your man into the fucking seats. Yeah.
Yeah, like an exhibition game.
Yeah. Fuck it, even Boyan played better for Mark Hughes than that, so.
Yeah.
You know. It's a companion piece to my Newcastle worst 11 since I've been watching them, which is about 1994 or so. I put together my best Newcastle 11, and might as well just go through that now while we're at the top, and I'm in a good mood about Newcastle for a moment. So in goals, Shea Given. Back 4, Warren Barton, Philippe Albert, Jonathan Woodgate, John Beresford. Midfield 4, Robert Lee, Gary Speed, James Milner, David Ginola. And up front, combination of Les Ferdinand and Alan Shearer. Those two fired Newcastle to a second-place finish. The only season they played together. Should have been together longer. They sold Ferdinand, replaced him with, don't call him Andy, Andrew Cole, as he likes to be called now. And Ferdinand, I was looking up the numbers there when I was putting together the team, played 84 times for Newcastle in all competitions, scored 50 goals in 2 seasons. That's some going.
Great record. Powerhouse of a man.
And you kind of have to be when your name's Leslie, I suppose, too. Like, you kind of have to be hard or you're just going to get run over in life.
Yeah, that was some top 2 for Newcastle there.
Yeah. Not much defending going on in that team.
No.
But that's kind of Newcastle's thing anyway.
And you had Faustino Asprilla there as well, coming off the bench or starting as well.
Yeah, see, he was hard to leave off the team. The problem with Faustino Asprilla is he made Newcastle worse every time he played. Electrifying player, but the way he played was not how Kevin Keegan liked to line him out. He liked to play football on the ground, and they were pure Route 1, pumping in crosses into the middle, and that was not Faustino's game. But he did have that hat-trick against Barcelona, so he definitely makes the bench. Laurent Robert makes the bench there.
Oh, the weapon of a left foot.
Yeah. Between him and Ginola, that's a tough one. Those are 2 nice players.
Yeah.
And Rob Lee, I always really liked. I put him on the right there. He usually played in the middle for Newcastle, but he could play anywhere in the midfield.
You put Milner on the right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But with Lee, his pace, his runs were excellent. He scored some fantastic goals. Every goal he ever scored was a good one. Loved him as a player.
I like the centre half.
I like Jonathan Woodgate there, yeah. And I was happy you got that right away because you don't get bought by Real Madrid for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. I remember his debut for Real Madrid. I think he got 2 own goals, was it?
He got an own goal, he got sent off for a second bookable offense, and got hurt while he was getting sent off, and then didn't play for like 9 months.
Yeah.
It was one of the worst debuts of all time.
Oh, he was riddled with injuries. He was one of the best centre halves of his generation, really.
It was very classy, yeah. A lot of former Leeds players in that best Newcastle 11, but that's kind of how it went around 02 there, pucking out everybody that they had. So they had Rio Ferdinand as well, and Lee Boyer. So they had a good team there when they were making Champions League there around 2000.
They were just spending above their means. Any notable mentions?
Shola Amiobi, of course. He'll be there on the bench because he has to make the bench.
Yeah.
Johan Cabaye in the center of the park.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was a great player. And he put in a lot more tackles than you might think for a Flair type of player. It was tough between him and Speed in the midfield, but Gary Speed never hurt. He was in the team every week. I think he only got booked 8 times in his entire career. I think he finished his career as the leader in Premiership appearances. He's been passed since, but at the time he retired, he was at the top of the table. And John Beresford, who I loved as a kid, he started at Newcastle in the second division and finished it playing in the Champions League. So he was a good, loyal servant there. It worked out for him to stick around. Yeah. He could play at any level. And Shay Given, what a man. Yeah,
Although I like the keeper at the moment.
He was excellent against Watford too. Very, very good.
Yeah, good team. I like that team now.
They're going to give up a lot of goals. It's going to be like the Fulham of any team, but they're going to score a lot of goals. And you can't go wrong with Alan Shearer up front. Ireland 54, Italy 7. Bit of a joke, really.
2 second-string teams going at it in Chicago. IRFU got €1 million out of that. So that's the only reason they were there.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, but at least the likes of Tyke Byrne and Jordan Larmour got good game time. Larmour was brilliant.
Yeah, 8 tries for Ireland. What was it, 14-7 at halftime only? So they took a while for Ireland to get going in that one.
Yeah, and that's the usual Italian thing. You kind of go for 50, 55 minutes and then they break down and then you get as many tries as you want.
Too much smoke in there.
Yeah, too much pizza.
Carbs and cigarettes never did anybody any favors.
I don't know what to do with halftime.
I'll sneak out out the back door there, prop it open with a boot.
Yeah, did you see Larmour's last try?
I did, yeah. That was probably the pick of the litter. Yeah. And my second favorite was Gary Ringrose's. Yeah. Ireland were very good. This first second side showed the depth that they have right now.
Yeah, it'll be a lot tougher game now against the RG the weekend. So.
Yeah, I didn't realize the Pumas are so highly rated. Internationally, I think they're 8th in the world right now. Yeah. Something like that. So.
Coached by their former hooker, Mario Ledesma. He was a brilliant player back in the day. Tough competitor.
Think it'll be more of a first choice side then?
Oh yeah, I think it'll be first choice side preparing for the New Zealand game.
Sure, we'll be breaking that one down when the time comes.
Yeah, we will definitely. We'll definitely go for a few pints for it as well.
Oh, can't be stopped.
Yeah,
I had a nice few pints on Friday there. I enjoyed that. And Daniel Doak, who wrote the theme song for the podcast here, he was playing in Darcy's Donkey there, your man Darcy. Yeah. And which I missed the last time you made that joke.
Funny man Darcy. Yeah, he's some donkey.
Considering we couldn't get a full pint in there, it was a good night out.
Yeah, the child pint and holding us back in it.
Daniel was excellent anyway. So
yeah, brilliant. Well done, Daniel.
Yeah, good night out. NFL, did you watch much yesterday?
Yeah, I didn't move from the couch yesterday.
Oh, me either. Yeah, no, I did a very nice job of sitting on the couch.
I went to the gym in the morning trying to feel good about myself, and then I went watching NFL then all day. Some great games yesterday.
Yeah, I popped over to a bar for 2 hours there with the old doll for a bite, but NFL was on the whole time I was there too. So New Orleans and Rams, 45-35. The total over-under went as low as 56.5 points on that game, which was, I can't believe I didn't go in and put a few quid on that because that was free money.
They nearly beat it in the first half.
Yeah, they nearly did.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the Saints.
Because those are 2 top contenders.
They really opened them up. Donald didn't get much of a go at Drew Brees. Drew Brees is brilliant. And what I love is the coach, Peyton. He always comes up with something different. Like yesterday, they had the 3 quarterbacks on the field at one stage.
I loved that, yeah.
It's brilliant. And Hill is a good quarterback as well.
Yeah, he is. He was very good in college.
Yeah, but Michael Thomas was the pick yesterday.
211 yards, team record.
211 yards, 11 receptions, 1 touchdown. And 1 great celebration with the phone.
Oh, with the phone. I love that. I absolutely love the celebrations that are going on. Seahawks had a good celebration yesterday as well.
Yeah, Michael Thomas is brilliant though.
Yeah, that third down, about 4 minutes left. Got that long touchdown. Really sealed it. Big player making a big play right when the team needs it.
Yeah, and our man Alvin Kamara was exceptional as well yesterday.
Yeah. Thomas, the record for the team had stood since 1979 that Thomas broke with his receiving. Total shootout. Not much defense played in that one. But you like it anyway because I thought that was a better game than Patriots-Packers in the night shift last night.
I thought it was a bit disappointing.
Yeah, it was a bit of a drag for me. I think like that second quarter especially just went on and on and on. 31-17 it finished. Not much drama in it. No. Aaron Rodgers loves his fourth quarter comeback, but never really was in a position to do it. So
no, he's not going to be doing that at Gillette Stadium on a Sunday night on TV.
No.
Belichick is not going to let him.
Exactly.
I love the few trick plays they tried though.
Yeah.
They always pull out a trick play in the fourth quarter or towards the end of the third quarter. I like that when they switched to Edelman and he played quarterback for a little.
That was my favorite play of the game. There was Edelman throwing it back across the field because that was a bit of a long throw too. Yeah. Took a good arm to make that play, and he was a good college quarterback. So.
Yeah, and our man Josh Gordon was good yesterday.
Yeah, Josh Gordon is a big hit here on the podcast. More popular than Harry Arter, anyway.
Yeah. Or Mark Hughes. Yeah, Josh Gordon stats yesterday, 5 receptions, 130 yards, and 1 touchdown. Brilliant player. You can throw him, he's such an athlete, you can throw it anywhere in the vicinity of him, really, and he'll take it.
Yeah, he had one catch near the sidelines. It was just like a hitch route where he turned and caught the ball. But the way he adjusted his body, he's noticeably a better athlete than a lot of the defenders he goes up against. And when you get to that level, to be able to stand out the way he does really says something about his general athleticism. He's a beast.
Yeah, and you see when he was coming off the pitch, Belichick was happy with him.
Yeah.
You know?
He gave him a little positive reinforcement there, which I feel like Belichick probably doesn't do too often, but...
No, I think Tom Brady would like a bit of that. Positivity, and Brady loves Gordon.
Yeah, I was reading about that he's just over the moon to have that option.
Yeah, he loved him from the start. He always went to him from the very beginning. He trusted him, which is a big thing.
It was never the ability of Josh Gordon that was in question, so...
Off-field issues.
Yeah, but I think with Belichick, that really impressed me to show, why he's such a good coach, too, because some players need that.
Yeah.
Josh Gordon doesn't seem like the type of fellow that needs someone roaring in his face all the time.
No,
some players do, some don't, but he seems like he needs the positive word and the pat on the back. And Belichick recognizes that well enough to be able to coach him and look at the performance he's getting out of him.
Yeah,
so.
he's getting good. Man, Josh.
Another man that you're high on, James Conner, 107 yards, caught a touchdown pass for the Steelers. They won by a touchdown over the Ravens, and he was excellent, too.
He's a brilliant player, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Le'Veon who?
Yeah, exactly. They're not missing him at all, and that decision by Le'Veon Bell is really coming back to bite him now.
That was a brilliant win yesterday.
Yeah. Mike
Tomlin is getting them on the road.
And the Ravens really they got nothing going. Steelers' defense was very good in that one.
Yeah, they're coming good at the right time, Steelers.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs, 37-21 winners over the Browns, 375 yards, 3 more touchdowns, 2 to Kelsey, and the Kansas City Chiefs roll on.
So many good teams now.
Yeah.
Steelers coming good, Kansas City, Patriots, Saints, Rams, Chargers are decent. We're going to have some finish to the Super Bowl, I think. Yeah,
Mahomes has passed for over 300 yards in 8 straight games, 29 touchdowns already this season for him. He's averaging nearly 3 per game. And the offense is at the top of the league. It should be some shootout come playoff time. It's been an excellent season for the NFL.
It has, yeah. And just on Kansas City, I think Sammy Watkins is there as well. And he doesn't get enough praise, really, with Tyreek Hill and Kelsey and those guys around.
Yeah, he's some speedster still.
He's a good option there as well. You can't beat offense, though.
Well, the way the rules are written now, anyway, they're so biased towards the offense, which is fine.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
It's beginning to become like hurling or basketball. The scores are getting higher and higher and higher, which is great.
Tell you where that's not happening. That's in the Clare Cup final.
Oh, stop.
What was it? Newmarket 10 points, Kilmaley 7.
Yeah, in the monsoon.
Yeah, you sent me that video there that looked like some terrible weather.
Yeah, less said about that now.
Has ever been heard to have a game called off because of the weather? Other than like a snow?
Very rarely. Not in Clare doesn't happen. Played.
Over here now, Onion Creek would be shut down for weeks if that kind of rain was going on down here.
Jesus Christ, if someone sneezed on it, it'd be called off.
That's fair, yeah. I remember going out there one day when they canceled us. And there was no water on the pitch. It was a bright sunny day, about 35 degrees.
Yeah.
It had rained for about a half hour the night before, so we couldn't play that day.
They treat it like their back garden.
Yeah. Yeah, that weather looked absolutely terrible in 6 Mile Bridge. Is that where they played that?
Yeah.
And I saw what you were saying about the lights. They were not doing much. Like the corners of that pitch were not lit up at all.
No, you had to stay out of it.
Yeah, it was like car park lighting, kind of.
Yeah, stay out of the corners. Yeah. You get hurted if you go into those corners.
Bears absolutely demolished the Buffalo Bills yesterday. I watched a chunk of that. Watched as much as I needed to see. It's like an exhibition out there. So it was good for the Bears. They got a couple of defensive touchdowns. So they're going to give Packers a good run for their money. And Vikings are looking well as well. So
yeah, that's a good division.
Championship now. Leeds United back top. I saw a good clip of them. Marcelo Bielsa has the boys really tracking back. You saw a play where there was like counter going, and there were about 6 Leeds defenders chasing down one man. See if they can keep it up. Championship remains tight at the top, but the real newsmaker in the second division, James McLean. And it shouldn't be news at this point, but he wasn't wearing his poppy. No one's surprised there. But it's a shame that he's not using social media well. Now, we're good at social media here at the podcast.
Yeah.
But I think someone needs to take his phone away from him now.
Yes, just make replies on Instagram and Twitter in the heat of the moment. I think the girlfriend or the wife, whatever she is, she just needs to take his phone off him, let him cool down, whatever. Like
do a bit of painting.
Do a bit of painting, get it out of his system, like all that aggro. He got serious abuse, but he gave a great statement a few years ago when he was playing with Wigan was very articulate on the reasons why he didn't wear the poppy and stuff like that, and everyone kind of appreciated why he didn't wear it. But then when he gets a little bit of abuse, he loses the cool, which is okay. At least he speaks from the heart. Because anyone giving an interview these days is a waste of time.
Sure, yeah, they're just spouting the usual cliches. Yeah, at least he's saying something.
Yeah, the process and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, Jesus. Taking it one day at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, my teammates. I wouldn't be here without my teammates and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, at least McLean gives a good interview, but he just needs to be cool, calm, composed, a bit more articulate about it. Like Matic. Matic gave a great statement. And everyone appreciates why Matic is now not wearing the poppy.
Yeah, very articulate in his second language as well. Or maybe possibly even third language for him.
Yeah.
So
could be McLean's as well.
Yeah, right. Exactly. No kidding. But sure, yeah, Matic managed to make his point without throwing up the Bobby Sands quote, without calling some of his own supporters cunts.
Yeah, see you next Tuesday.
So well done for him.
Or uneducated cavemen. There's nothing involved in that. In fairness, Matic is as good as a reason as anyone not to wear the poppy.
The bombing in Kosovo when he was a young man, yeah.
I just want more people not to wear the poppy, because there's a lot of Irish people like that, Yugoslavs, a lot of people in the Balkan areas there that would have experienced stuff like that as well, and they wear the poppy for just a quiet life.
Yeah.
I don't know. They need to have a look at themselves.
There was some fella in Darcy's Donkey wearing one big one in the middle of his chest on Friday night.
Yeah.
It was my round. I was up at the bar there, turned around and saw that, and luckily I wasn't too drunk yet. Thought Matic made his point very well anyway, so better than McLean did.
Definitely, yeah.
And McLean slagging off his own supporters, saying he's getting abuse from them. It's kind of interesting too.
Yeah, on Middlesbrough there as well. They should be beating Stoke, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should be. Better team.
Stoke are poor.
Yeah.
Leeds are on back to top now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and Norwich are second.
Norwich are going well. A good manager, good German manager, and a lot of ex-Borussia Dortmund players, ex-Werder Bremen players. But I just hope Middlesbrough don't go up. I don't need Tony Pulis back in my life.
And he's playing the exact same way he always has too. So it's no different. And players on that team, still got Stuart Downing coming out there every week. Daniel Ayala, who's proven time and again that he's just not up to the standard. So seems like a nice fella himself.
Yeah, I just don't need Tony Pulis now to pass the bus in the Premiership anymore.
See
how we're gone from that kind of stuff.
Right, yeah. The game had moved on a little bit. You got Pep Guardiola in there, and Jurgen Klopp, and you'd think it's going to be a bit better than that. So, Alvaro Morata 2 goals for Chelsea.
Come into a bit of form.
Yep.
He's a real confidence player.
He's been listening to the podcast. I heard us slagging him off, and he found his motivation.
Yeah. A lot of people listen to the podcast and getting motivation, I think. Good to see him back in the score sheet. Like, you don't play for Real Madrid and Juventus for nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's got the Jonathan Woodgate thing going on, is what you're saying.
Yeah, less injury prone than Jonathan Woodgate, that's about it.
Well, we'll talk about hurling a bit now.
We'll talk about hurling, yeah.
And just to remind everybody that today's episode is brought to you by Garvey Agri-Services. When they are called in to do a job, the best possible results are guaranteed. The utmost attention is paid to ensuring that all tasks are completed to the highest possible standard by experienced and thorough personnel manning the best equipment that money can buy. Offering a complete range of services including slurry spreading, reseeding, silage, and general hauling, Ennis-based Garvey Agri-Services has been providing stellar contracting solutions to customers in County Clare and beyond for more than a decade. For more information, call 086-8850-068. All that hauling we need done here.
Yeah.
It's a tough silage season here this year as well, so I'm not looking forward to next year.
It wasn't easy.
Been a lot of rain this fall too, so be coming in pretty hard next year.
Yeah, usually we'd still be getting hay in this part of the country. We get hay all year round.
Here in the Texas Midlands.
Yeah.
Hurling All-Stars are out, and some of your picks didn't make it there. Peter Duggan, notably, in the team. Well,
I knew Peter was going to get an All-Star, but he just didn't make my All-Star team.
Yeah.
Because, look, he wasn't in the top 10 scorers from play in the championship, and neither was Joe Canning, but Joe Canning came up with a lot more vital scores, and Joe Canning was actually my hurler of the year. Joe Canning was just outside the top 10 in scores from play, plus he got 5 sidelines as well.
And just short on the equaliser in the All-Ireland final too.
Just short, and I just thought in the big moments that Peter missed a few frees. Yeah, but he gave us some brilliant moments, so no one can begrudge him. Just on the goalkeeper as well, I went on stats for that one, because on the puckouts I think Nicky Quaid, he was mid-70s on his puck-out completions. Murphy was like in the mid-50s. Nicky Quaid set up an awful lot of scores, provided probably the biggest moment in the championship for Limerick with that lockdown and Seamus Harnedy as well. But yeah, Owen Murphy deserves it as well.
He's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
But off year for Kilkenny, and he was, I think, the only Kilkenny player that actually made the 15.
Yeah, I remember watching that game against Limerick down in Beatty Riley's, and when he pulled off 4, 5, 6 unbelievable saves. So look,
that was a great game of hurling.
Yeah.
Rough morning there, but
rough morning, rough day. That was the same day as the World Cup final as well.
Yeah,
we got through.
Drink was taken that day now.
Drink was taken. Yeah, I thought Pat Horgan was very lucky to get off there.
Well, he was good in Munster.
Yeah.
But when push came to shove in the championship, he didn't really seem to do much towards the back end of it.
Yeah. But yeah, he's a brilliant player.
Lots of players winning their first All-Stars. Dan Morrissey, Keane Lynch.
Yeah. Keane Lynch should not have got hurler here.
I thought that was fairly generous, yeah.
Yeah, very generous.
Sure, he dropped back from forward to midfield, but plenty of players do that these days.
Yeah. If truth be told, he probably wasn't the best midfielder in the Limerick team. I think Jared Donovan gets through a lot of unseen work there, and he's a great ball player. He's kind of like a quarterback. Keane Lynch gets to go forward that little bit more. But I think Keane Lynch is kind of the media darling. Doesn't drink. He's a good speaker. He's a funny old kid as well.
John Conlon from Clare made the team anyway.
Yeah, could have been him.
And he was in your team. He was the only Clare man in your team, I believe.
Well, I would have had Jack Brown, but he actually didn't get it.
He wasn't on the list, yeah.
But what a game Jack Brown had yesterday.
Did he?
For Ballyea, yeah, he was unbelievable yesterday. He was more fullback yesterday than anything else, and he was just outrageous, coming out with ball after ball after ball. And that was a brilliant game yesterday.
I missed it.
Yeah, he went 90 minutes of hurling. Oh, it was brilliant.
What more could you want to start the day? What a fantastic way to start a Sunday.
Yeah, I think it was on 8:30 over here, something like that. And I was up watching it. It was absolutely brilliant.
Leaves you plenty of time to get to Mass after as well. So
yeah, your man DC got 210 as well.
Yeah, he did. I saw that. I saw the numbers. And pretty good goal. I wonder how many of those were from play though, like the points. So
2 goals from play.
Yeah.
He palmed the goal into the net, which I haven't seen too often.
You don't see that too much.
No.
Yeah.
No, it was like a smash in volleyball.
Anything else with hurling?
The Piercy hammered.
Oh, sure, yeah. I saw the score there, yeah. As expected.
Yeah, very, very poor from chip champions. Come out and get absolutely hammered like that. Tipperary, like Thurles, if they got out, they wouldn't be hammered like that. But it's hard to look past now in the Piercy for months now. Same final as last year, but they got on the Piercy. The Piercy went on to the All-Ireland final then, so it's hard to look past them. Very strong panel.
Too bad it's not Kilmaley.
Yeah. Next year.
Could be a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to go home again.
Sure, Bean won't be complaining if you're out there in front of him. So, I saw a photo of you there now. A news article coming out about the GAA in America. There's an article that came out. I forget where it was, but there's a nice photo of you there in the county final there.
Yeah, the county final against the Chicago Vice, looking to do a bit of timber.
Oh yeah, no, and there's a fella on the ground next to you there as well. You're definitely you're looking away from him there. He's definitely on the ground clutching something. So I'd assume it was after taking a bit of dirtiness from you there.
No, not as bad as the corner forward got off 3 of us. He scored the goal and he got 2-footed by 3 of us after.
Oh, my favorite. I think we were playing Charlotte there in Seattle a couple years ago, and the fellow you were marking moved back in the second half, and you were yelling at Paul McAvoy, Paulo, tell that man to get back inside my pocket. Come here, boy. Hollering at him 50 yards away to get back inside your pocket.
Look, you can't beat a bit of abuse.
No, that man was fucking terrible. He did anything to get away from you. It was that ginger-headed fella.
Yeah. He was a dog,
He was.
A little bit soft.
He definitely was, yeah. Well, Con, we put in a good half hour there.
Yeah, not
so
bad.
We wrap it up?
Yeah, wrap it up.
Well,
like Blake Griffin.
Or your man Johnny for Alaves.
Yeah.
Be sure to catch us again Friday morning Irish time. You can catch us on the social medias at Pikey Podcast, Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on SoundCloud and YouTube. And we'll see you next time.
Wrap it up.